Straighten it up.
All right, we welcome you guys to another episode of Sports Talk Unfiltered with the Kingdom Twist. We got a good show for you guys tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We got some Steph Curry to talk about. We got some LeBron James to talk about. We got some Cowboys we got to talk about. We got some skins we got to talk about. So we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to it and be able to get into some things. But you guys know we always deal with that Monday night game first. So let's go ahead and jump into that Monday night football game.
Starts in the backfield.
We had the Monday night football game. It was a good game, man. That thing came down to the wire. We had the Rams taking on the Cardinals, and even though the Rams was without two of their starters, they still came to win that game, man, 30-23. It was a week 4 loss, man. The Cardinals lost one here, but I tell you, I believe they're still in the running to be in charge with Los Angeles. They was missing cornerback Jalen Ramsey. They was missing tight end Tyler. Both were under the COVID-19 protocols, but they still hung on to win that game. So let's talk about it, man. What was your thoughts on that Monday night game? Tony?
Well, so for me, this was the first time I saw what I consider to be a chink in the armor for the Cardinals. They still good. They still got a good running game, but it's the one thing I see as a problem, and it's the only problem that I have with Kyler Murray. Dude is just too short. And so there were a lot of passes that he was throwing where the guys were open and the linemen just stuck their hand up at the last minute. A lot of those tips and interceptions and things like that is just because like he has to get outside of the pocket. Super dangerous outside of the pocket, But inside the pocket, guys don't even have to rush them. They just stay there and put their hands up. And I think that could present a problem if people just stand back and do that. Also, I think they lost the game. Something happened that never happens. They threw a ball right in B-Hop hands and D-Hop, and he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? And like it was 4th down and 2, and they were going down to score. It would have completely changed the course of the game. But he dropped that. That's something that never happens. So I'm not too worried about the Cardinals, but that is the first thing that gave me a little bit of concern. Kyler Murray's height it might come to play toward the end of into the playoffs.
Howard.
The Rams got their number straight up and down. Let's just put it out there like that. The last, I think, 9 meetings, the Rams have won 8. They got their game. They blew them out the first time they played them, which was good, but the Rams got their game. What took me for a loss was that the Rams beat them without Jalen Ramsey and what is it, Higbee? Is that his name? Higbee, the tight end?
Tyler Higbee.
For the Rams. Higbee. They beat them without them two on the field. And Tony, you made a big point as far as his height and everything is concerned. But that's what they wanted to really do, is keep him in the pocket to try to keep him from escaping outside. Because that little running joker, if he get outside, he's a problem. He is a pure problem. But I just believe that the Rams got their number, man. They got their number, even though they 1 game behind right now. And before for the, are they the same division? I think they are. Yeah. 1 game behind, man. Hey, anything can happen from here. Because I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna mess with that. That's in 2 weeks. But anyway, the Rams. This is, to me, the best they've looked since the beginning of the season. This game last night, and their defense looked good without Jalen Ramsey, and that was big all by itself. I got to get to him.
Elliot.
Hey, the Rams, man, they was short-handed, due to COVID, but they came out, they showed up and showed out. That boy Matthew Stafford actually looked like the quarterback from the beginning of the season, man. He looked real good, even though your boy Cooper Kupp had carried him on his back, took him where he needed to go. That boy was awesome last night, man. He was a beast. I mean, he's been carrying him all season. If you think about it, if you had to get an MVP to anybody other than a quarterback, that might be the man to look at. And the Rams did this against a very good Cardinals defense. So, I mean, that was a plus for them. They needed to show up, play a good team, get a good result out of it, and it looked like they did that. The Cardinals, they might have just hit a bump because they moved from first, now they're now third in the division, and that's gonna cause some problems going into the playoffs. They needed that number 1 spot, man.
I think the game, man. I think the Rams are starting to come around, and they starting to look good, man. To the end of the team.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all not, everybody not putting this into perspective, but Odell Beckham Jr. been there for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And he's starting to learn the offense. And let's not forget, this dude's a problem. You know what I mean? And so if he start to get it together, they still going to miss Robert Wood because OBJ is never going to block like Robert Woods. But as far as being out there so that you can't double team Cooper Kupp, he's going to start to be or double team him if you want to. And then we'll be talking about the OBJ of old. So I think the Rams are in position to where, because even in the offseason, they threw a bunch of new people together. And then in the middle of the year, they threw a bunch of new people together. And now they're starting to click. Even Von Miller made a bunch of good plays. So, I mean, look out for the Rams.
They called his name last night.
They called his name.
They called Von Miller name last night.
The reason why they were able to keep Kyler in the pocket, the reason why they were able to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket is because Von Miller knows how to play wide and stay away from, letting them. He's like, we're gonna let Aaron Donald do it up the middle. I'm gonna keep him inside the pocket, and I think it worked for him last night.
Yeah. I think it was a good game. Man.
Well, another.
Go ahead, Howard. Go ahead.
Arizona ain't want to. I think 3 of their losses have been at home, haven't they? They probably praying that they don't have to be at home.
And two of the 3 losses, man, has been at night in front of primetime TV.
Yeah,
Are they scared of the big lights?
I don't know, man, but they probably gonna be glad, y'all. We gonna go on the road. We good.
Let's not forget that one of those losses was a dude that was wide open and he just didn't turn around and look for the ball. So you know what I'm saying? Let's not get too carried away about the Rams being, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, he didn't know the route. And the thing is, he knew the route, but he had I'm a decoy instead of the ball could actually come to me. So I mean, they could very easily have gone into that game at 10-1. You know what I'm saying? And so, or 11-1, whatever. And so I still feel good about the Cardinals. It's just that I'm now starting to feel better about the Rams.
Will do. All right, guys, I'm gonna surprise y'all a little bit. I'm gonna introduce a new segment here, and it's a fan segment. And what I like to do is I scour the Facebook pages and social media and find whatever our spotlight game was for the week. And I think we talked about the spotlight game being that Washington Cowboy game. And so I'll scour the social media, find somebody I may know or somebody I even don't know, see if they can come on and be that special guest to talk about that team. And so we got a guy that I know, a brother of mine, Pastor M up there. Y'all don't know him, but you'll get to know him. But he is a huge Cowboy fan. And so we got him to come on for this segment right here. So we going to go ahead and bring him in right there. What's up, Pastor M? Yeah, you muted. It says you mute yourself, so unmute yourself. Yeah, you did something. I saw you over there playing with it when you was in the green room. All right, go ahead. He going out. But we'll wait for him to come back in. Nope. All right, go on out and come back in. I'm going to take you out. You can come back in. I got you. All right, he going to come back in and talk about the Cowboys here in a second. So he asked me, was this a discussion or a debate? I said it's a discussion that can turn into a debate. So we'll see what happens.
Let's start by debating this topic.
All right, there we go.
Are 32 teams. There are 32 teams in the league.
Hold on, Pastor Hill, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. We got you. What's going on, my
man? All
man?
right, how y'all doing?
All right.
Bless.
We got
how
you,
you doing,
man.
sir?
This segment, we're going to start our spotlight segment, whatever game we're going to spotlight. I'm going to find a fan, somebody out there that can come in and talk about this situation. We talking about the Cowboys. So my first thing I want to ask, you see it on the screen, Rookie of the Year, Matt Jones or Michael Parsons?
I gotta go with Matt Jones in this situation. I gotta go with Matt Jones in this situation because I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm a fan, but I'm gonna tell the truth. The truth is Matt Jones is powering an engine in a place that's known for winning. 2 years removed from the greatest quarterback of all times to play there. Mm-hmm. He went neck and neck with that same quarterback, and every competitive team that he has played, he has made it a competitive game. He put another number 1 overall pick out of a job as a rookie to begin his career. Matt Jones is doing things in New England.
All right, Tone, what you know? We'll go with you, Elliot. What you think? Matt Jones or Michael Parsons?
Matt Jones, man. Rookie quarterback coming in.
Yeah,
to me, there was a lot of pressure. I mean, you coming in New England, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, you got to shine, and he's doing it, man.
All right, I'm going to go with Tone. I'm going to let you at the last. Howard's is a Cowboy fan, if you know that. All right, go ahead, Tone. What you think?
First of all, welcome, Pastor M. I just like to say I don't know why there are 32 teams and we seem to keep getting Cowboy fans up here, but it's all good.
America's team, baby.
This was actually the time for you to show your super fandom. I'd like to remind you that it was just last week that our Mac Jones won a game throwing 3 passes. So yes, he handed the ball off better than any quarterback I've seen in a long time, but that's not MVP category. I am telling you right now, the Cowboys sit atop first place, and I do not believe, and I mean this wholeheartedly, with the injuries they've had, I do not believe they would be winning games if not for Michael Parsons. Ooh. That dude is a problem. Last week, Dak had a QBR of under 10, okay? His QBR was in single digits last week, the worst since he's been there. And their defense, Dallas's defense, which I had thoughts that they were sliding and people were figuring them out. There's no figuring out Micah Parsons. He's Von Miller in his prime. He's TJ Watt. He's, you know what I'm saying? He is really doing it. And to me, not only is he the defensive player of the year right now, if you were going to go non-quarterback, I think Micah Parsons would be at the top of the list.
Howard, go.
My God, what God has done for this man tonight. Bless you, my brother. Bless you, Elder Tony. Look. Hey, look, I might not even have to say a word because he said it all for me. Listen, for real talk. I agree with Tony 100%, man. This dude, just like Matt Jones is in this offense. He's doing an excellent job. I can't take nothing from him. But as far as what this young man is doing for Dallas, 2 defensive ends go down, and he's still putting up. They come back, and he's still putting up numbers. Listen, there's no defensive player in the NFL that's playing better than this dude right now. And this guy here is nothing but the truth. I believe he's going to get Defensive Player of the Year, hands down.
Ooh, not rookie, Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year, and then
Defensive Player of the Year,
and
check this out
of the year.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying. And the reason why I say that is the Patriots are the number 1 ranked defense, but they're the 16th ranked offense. All right. The Cowboys are the 11th best offense, but they're number 7 in defense, minus for most of the year, their 2 top players. Micah Parsons was the one, and mind you, they also cut their starting linebacker. This guy comes in, he's doing his thing, man. They are who they are right now. Everybody's looking at Diggs out there. Don't get me wrong. I love Diggs too. But then when I start to look back at it, it's a lot of pressures going on making them quarterbacks throw the ball not the way that they want to. And with Gregory, Lawrence, and now the one who's really shining, Micah Parsons, the Patriots are winning because of their defense, not because of Mac Jones. I feel like Mac Jones is just not losing it. I feel like right now the Cowboys might be winning because of their defense and Micah Parsons.
Well, I would say this. I would say that's a good argument. That is a great argument. But I want to say this, that the games that we lost, the Cowboys lost, is because we were getting gassed in the run. We were getting gassed in the run, and Micah is a tremendous player. He's a tremendous player. He's showing LT vibes right now. He's a tremendous player. However, the person that touches the ball every down is the quarterback. If he's handing it off, he's still being able to check into protections and out of protections. Micah Parsons is Defensive Player of the Year candidate all the way, Defensive Rookie of the Year all the way. But you got a quarterback in this situation. You got a quarterback. Micah Parsons is a generational talent. He elevates the whole defense, but he gets better when the talent comes around him. It's a collective effort. We had a rookie from Nebraska step up on that defensive line, and he looks real good too. He's already getting double teamed. So if we look at that, then we got Micah, and then most of the time when Micah stepped into defensive end, Randy Gregory had missed 3 games, and DeMarcus Lawrence missed the whole first half of the season. When they came back, Micah Parsons got to shine even more. So I do agree that Micah Parsons is a generational talent. I do believe he is the best defensive player on the Dallas Cowboys, if not in the league at this moment as a rookie. However, you got to look at what drives a team. Matt Jones, he doesn't have the talent at receiver that other teams have. He doesn't have that, but he's still winning the games.
He got
the ball every down.
He got. I think you came on. There was a great argument. I think what you did, you came on to the great sports talk Unfiltered, and you didn't want to come off as a fan. I appreciate what you did. You came on and you showed some objectivity, and I appreciate that. That was nice.
The only Cowboys fan we talked to that
so we all around here give you a all right, we give you a hand around here because you can't say the man is potential defensive player of the year, and then don't give him rookie of the year. You can't do both of them. All right, but I appreciate that. We appreciate a good fan come in that's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, next thing. That win that the Cowboys had, that win that they just had over the Washington team, did that prove anything? Did that show you guys anything? That win that they had? We'll start with you, Elliot.
Yeah, it showed me, man. Cowboys is a good football team. They came into the nation's capital and they painted the White House blue. We ain't
I tell you, boy, I don't know. You don't know if you read books or if you on the internet, but boy, you be saving them things up, boy. That's good. Okay, they painted the White House blue. I'm sorry, Elliot, for cutting you off. Go ahead.
But we came back in the second half, man. We put up 20 points, made it look respectable, but it wasn't as close as it looked. We looking forward to the 26.
All right. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
Oh man,
I don't think it proved anything. I think it proved, the only thing I think it proved is that Ron Rivera is afraid to let his quarterback lose the game in the first quarter. He always puts the clamps on Taylor Heineke until it's the end of the game, and they have to turn him loose because they're afraid for him to lose the game. I feel like if they ever let him play the game, then we'll know who Washington is. As far as Dallas, it proves that, that receiving core is a whole lot more important than people give him credit for. I love Dak, but without all his weapons all the time, he can't be that. And it also proves that Tyron Smith is a lot more important than we give credit for, because it seems like when he's out, Dak can't beat that. And it also may have proved that Pollard is more important a runner than Zeke is because of the change of pace and what he does. So when Pollard is down, and because they've been able to win with Zeke being down, but they've not been able to win with both of them being kind of at 75%. So, they won the game, but they haven't been able to look as good. So to me, it proves that Dallas has to win ways other than we thought they were going to have to win. But it just made Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb that much more important in my eyes.
That's him.
Well, the way I'm seeing this game, the way I've been paying attention to this season, when we were a successful team, if you didn't notice, we made a switch. We made a switch at the guard position. There was a guy named Connor Williams that we were not thrilled with because he kept getting penalized. When they made the switch, to a guy named Connor McGovern about 3 games ago. Versus the Washington football team, Connor McGovern allowed 3 pressures, and he had a rough game. So part of that slump that he got going on right now is attributed to the pressure that he's getting right now on him. Washington football team, we were going to win that game. We were supposed to win that game. The Cowboys didn't show me a whole lot on offense, but they showed me what I've been waiting to see all season on defense. When you have the whole defensive line there that's supposed to be there, you had Gallimore coming back from injury. Lawrence came back last week and looked like himself again. Gregory came back, looked like himself again. It looks like there's a problem on that defensive line, and I think it's going to be for anybody that we play.
Ooh, okay, go ahead.
I think it's going to be that way for anybody we play. We've shown something this season that we had not been able to show in previous season. Whatever's going on with Dak, whether he came back too fast from that injury, whether he's more timid in the pocket, but it looked like he was missing things the last few games that he shouldn't have been missing. He was making the wrong reads, and these are things that weren't characteristically part of Dak's game. Dak's game, when he was younger in the league, he took more sacks before he would throw the interception. Now he's throwing the interception. So we got to look at something going on different on the offense. Tyron Smith is an important player. When he goes out, you do see a different offense. However, we were able to sustain some things with his injury that aren't there now. So moving forward, I think the Cowboys need to look at putting Connor Williams back in on that guard position, because of course you got Zach Martin on the other side holding it down. But right there between the center, who's not Travis Frederick, who's not that good. I hate to say it, the center position and that guard position, they have been allowing a lot of pressures. There's been a problem right there in the middle of the line. What is Dak's game? Dak's game is a play-action passing game. Dak is used to having Ezekiel Elliott, who might be the best blocking back in the league. That's why he's better than Pollard right now. And he puts a hit on the people that try to tackle him. So when you do have that change of pace element, it normally makes the defense cringe a little bit. However, we ain't running the ball in that gap. Everybody knows we're going behind Zach Martin if we're going to run the ball. But see, everybody knows that's what we're doing. So you have a little bit of that. Then you have a situation to teams are not sending blitzes at Dak no more. Dak was killing the blitz. Teams are rushing 4 now, expecting them to get home a little bit and forcing Dak to beat them. And Dak ain't looked like Dak. So that's what we have on offense going on.
Howard, go.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you good. Yeah, I got something
to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, on defense, we just starting to get our pieces back together. We just starting to get healthy.
Yeah.
So the defense has shown that they can carry the team now. And that element was missing all last year. Dak was coming back from 20 points down at halftime last season before he got injured. So now the defense is carrying the team.
Howard.
Your defense did start the season healthy. It just took Micah Parsons a little while to get going, which adds to my argument that he's the MVP. But go ahead, Howard.
Well, Galmore missed all the training camp and all that, so he just came back from last season.
Yeah. Look, man, my man going through a little lull. But I don't know what he's going through right now. I just pray that he get it together. The defense is doing what they're supposed to do.
Did you just say pray?
I pray that he gets it together.
Did you just say pray he get it together?
I did.
Lord. Okay, all right.
I just said I meant that.
Yeah, you meant that, boy. God, you praying.
The last couple of games, he has not looked like he's supposed to be looking. Period. Hands down. But I will say this. Our defense is getting better. Now, my problem with this is, if we don't get no pressure on the freaking quarterback, whoever number 30 is checking, it's going to be a problem for us.
Absolutely. Anthony Brown, get him out of here.
And
fat time.
And think about it. What's the dude that missed the pass Sunday? It was on Anthony Brown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so,
number 30 always. I love. He must be praying.
He must be praying, man.
No, I think the Cowboys really didn't show us anything. I think you answered a lot of questions on why Dak could be having the problems he having if they have that interior is not correct. So I think that's good. Hey, man, look, y'all come on and give Pastor M a hand for this segment, man. He brought the fire on this, man. We thank you, man. Look, this is a Christian show, so we're allowed to do this. Baby. We're allowed to do that on this show. We thank you. That's what you get that when you come on the show and you rock it. So he came on the show and rock it, so he did that, man. All right. Hey, man, thank you. Hey, look, when we talk Cowboys again, we're going to get you back on, man.
I'll be here.
All right, thanks, man. We appreciate you, man. That was good,
bless
man.
y'all.
All right. Hey, bless you, bro. Tony, go keep it going. Hey, look, this is what I want to know, man. That was good, man. He brought the fire. He brought some statistics and some reasons. That was good, Howard, because I was ready to go in on that and call him a bum, call him he ain't worth 2 cents. But I'm gonna have to reserve that statement.
Well, you know he ain't.
No. But let me. Tell you what's wrong
he's
Dak.
better than what you was going to call him.
No, but let me tell you what's wrong with Dak, and people aren't seeing this. So if you watch the game, I think Dak still might be a little gun shy from running. So if you watch it, sometimes he looks like he's about to run, and then it's like, I don't know whether they telling him to. He still got in the back of his mind that that's how he got hurt, but it's like he's not playing free when pressure get to him. You know, he used to just take off. He was a running quarterback in college. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was their offense. Yeah. People said he couldn't throw, but I get now since he got hurt, he's real hesitant when he gets outside that pocket, or if pressure start coming, he'll just throw the ball away. I'm like, come on, Dak, this is This is prime. I know you ain't Lamar Jackson, but you still that dude. You know what I mean? I think that still might be in his head a little bit.
Yeah. And look, my question to you guys: Who wins the AFC? The Chiefs, the Titans, the Patriots, or the Ravens?
All right, so
the Ravens and the only teams I put up here were the teams who was leading their division. That's the only reason I didn't have the Cowboys. I don't want you thinking, Howard, that I'm doing some shenanigans. They just not leading.
But it's just the AFC.
This is the AFC anyway.
Yeah, this AFC.
Actually, I do have the NFC on there. I do have no, I don't have them on there, but we'll see. Go ahead. Who wins?
So the Ravens can't do it. Lamar Jackson he just had an injury, and we've seen what happens without him in the lineup. He already was carrying them with all the injuries they've been having all season. And without him, they came up short. All right. Then the Titans then lost Henry, so I don't think they got that engine that's going to take them to the end. So it just leaves the Patriots and Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs? All right. Who you got? You got, Howard?
Man, it's hard to bet against the daggone New England Patriots, man. The way they playing, but the Chiefs done picked up their game too, man. So, man, I got the Titans, man.
Let me ask you a question. Out of all the teams that's on there, who is not gonna win the AFC?
Ravens?
Okay, I just
the Ravens. They might not even win their division.
Yeah, right. All right. Who you got, Tone?
So here's the thing. There's a common misconception about, like, do y'all realize when we watch the Chiefs this year, we say they are slumping and they are like terrible, right? Offensively. They're still the number 3 offense. With, a bad year from Patrick Mahomes. They still number 3 offense, only behind Tampa Bay and Green Bay. So, and now their defense the last few weeks, now mind you, they had the worst defense in the league weeks 1 through 6.
Yep, and now they got the best.
Now, so right now they went from being number 31
right
after week 6 down to number 15
right
over the last 6 to 7 weeks.
Right.
Dude, that is a drastic improvement. Basically, they figured out how to hide Sorensen. So they can hide 49. He ain't giving up he's worse than y'all Brown dude. Sorensen was the dude. They was like, locate. They didn't even call out the mic. They called who had 49. So that's who they knew who to throw it to. So based on that, I love the fact that the defense of New England gives them a chance to win any game. But I feel like head to head, you take a rookie quarterback against that blitzing defense that Spagnuolo is throwing at everybody, and he's more prone to make a mistake. And then if you trust, you could take the number 1 defense, you could take the 2000 Ravens. If you give Pat Mahomes enough chances with all of those weapons he has, he's eventually going to do something. So for that, I never thought I would say this. I remember celebrating when I had the picture up there who's in last place and all the other quarterbacks was pointing at the Chiefs from the AFC West. Can't do that anymore. They're in first place, and I think they're going to the Super Bowl again.
I think two things that I say the Chiefs are going to take it. The first thing is, I think everybody said it was down, but really they have the toughest schedule in the league. They have the toughest. They play the toughest schedule in the NFL. So to come out of that situation like they are coming out shows really how good they are. The problem is that they were so full of themselves. They was talking about going 16-0 and stuff like that. That 20-0 and they ain't gonna lose a game and all of that. Then that puts the bar so high. So now when you come down, and then the second thing, I think Mahomes is learning how to take what the defense is giving him now too, which is what he didn't do at first.
He's slowing down.
It was always they get 30-yard chunks, they get 25-yard chunks, they get 40-yard chunks. Now he getting 5. He going 3 downs to get the first down. It ain't always going to the Super Bowl. And that's going to make him dangerous, and it might make him unstoppable.
Right, because think about this. With those weapons, 5 can turn into 35, 55, 75.
Yes.
You know, you throw a little 3-yard to Hill, he make one dude miss. Nobody's catching him.
Nobody's catching him. And with the defense, coupled with that, I think they're more scary now than they were the last 2 years, in my opinion. But
well, they're gonna have a problem. They're gonna have a problem Thursday night because Jones ain't gonna be in on that defense. He's in virus protocol. Yeah. They're gonna have a problem with San Diego Thursday night, or LA, whoever they call.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but Denver didn't have a problem with him, and Denver don't have the offense that Kansas City has. So I still think they got.
Who wins the NFC? Dallas, Packers, Tampa, or Cardinals? These all leading the division.
Packers.
I say Packers or Tampa, one or two, but Packers.
No, I got the reason why I got the Packers.
How I'm waiting on your answer because your answer decide if y'all going to the Super Bowl or not.
Well, I don't. You know, anything can happen. You just don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Right, I got you.
But as far as if I was saying anybody right now winning the NFC East, NFC, it'll be Tampa. Tampa Bay gonna win it. Look at this schedule and it'll tell you why.
Make sure we clear. So you saying Dallas not going to the Super Bowl?
I didn't say that.
Hold on.
He said who's gonna win the NFC.
Who's gonna win the NFC?
He didn't say
you can't go to the Super Bowl without winning the NFC. No, if you win the NFC, therefore you go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
What? So you said? So I
you talking about before you go to the playoffs? That's what you think.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about number one seed. Oh no. We're talking about.
I'm talking about.
No, I get it.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. He all right, Elliot. He all right. He all right.
Look.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, who goes down? I heard this on ESPN, of course. I heard this on ESPN, and the Steelers going too. I heard this on ESPN today. All right, it says who goes down? Neither is Dallas. Who goes down as the most iconic LeBron James or Steph Curry of his generation? Ooh, it's taking this long.
I still say LeBron hands. Well, I can't say hands down.
You better not say no hands down.
No. I said I can't say hands down. And here's the reason: when you say iconic, that part of that is right now. It is little kids.
That's tough.
It is little kids right now aspiring to be Steph Curry because they feel like he's a little guy. There is nobody aspiring to be LeBron because you're not going to be 6'8", 260 freak athlete.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? They're just not making them like that. So if you say iconic, as far as if you're looking at fan favorite, then that's why I can't say hands down. But the reason why I say LeBron is because Steph, no one will be arguing top of Mount Rushmore. Like nobody will be putting Steph up against Jordan for the best player ever. You know what I'm saying? And so because LeBron is at least in that conversation, I think that's where he edges Steph.
Elliot.
But edges Steph.
Elliot.
I say LeBron. And then you got to look at it as a generation thing. LeBron been in the league 20 years. And like Tony said, he's in the same argument with the greatest of all time. I don't see Steph there. And then if we talking about the generation of now, they're going to run with Steph. They can relate to Steph. But it is LeBron James.
Howard.
So, man.
I didn't know this.
It's okay to
was
say it
gonna
out.
be this tough.
I've never been a LeBron hater. I've always thought LeBron played the game, to me, more like Magic than any other player has played the game. Only difference is Magic wasn't as cocky as this dude was. but Magic was one of the best 6'9" point guards ever.
When you what do you mean by
he
cocky?
named himself Magic.
Will, what do you mean by cocky? What cocky?
He named himself Magic.
Maybe he meant something else. Tony.
I'm saying Diesel. I'm saying Diesel. I'm saying Diesel.
Okay, see what I'm saying?
I'm saying Diesel, man.
Yeah,
okay. No, I thought you were saying like arrogant.
No,
when you said cocky, we thought you were saying arrogant.
No, right? LeBron ain't never been arrogant, man. LeBron ain't never been arrogant. Never, ever. Ever.
But listen, man. Don't act like you didn't just use the wrong word, though.
Listen, man.
I'm saying. I mean, we thought you wouldn't
cocky.
Cocky.
Cocky and Diesel about the same thing, man.
Okay, all right.
No, that wasn't what I said. Come on,
all right, my fault.
Come on, man.
My apologies.
Don't take me there.
My apologies.
Take me to Texas, man. But anyway, man, look, Steph Curry, man, like you said, has changed the game.
He has.
Has changed the game. The best shooter ever. So, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, I can't choose. I'm gonna pump this one out. I can't choose.
And I understand. And he just.
It's tough, man.
We don't have a chance to talk about it tonight, but he just broke that record down in New York.
Yeah.
So we was gonna talk about that a little bit as far as was it a consensus that if I was gonna ask you if Golden State wins this championship this year, which they looking like they could win it, but if they win it, whose career would then be better?
Woo! My
God.
LeBron
or Steph. But we're not going to talk about that.
Boy.
Talk about that.
Well, here's the thing. LeBron won it in Cleveland, so that trumped anything other than Jordan and Russell as far as career is concerned. Because Jordan and Russell never had to win it in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? That's Cleveland. Like he broke
and then Steph, for 2 years, he wasn't even the best player on this team.
Right.
So, I think that
LeBron has never not been the best player on the team.
Never. And he has had some monsters on his team. All right, we gotta go. We gotta get into that segment, but let's do this. We talked about who you got on last week. Y'all remember we played that who you got on last week, and I think we had the games we did, and I don't know if we got enough time. But this is how we came out. Tony is 3-1 on his picks. Howard, you are 3-1 on your picks. Elliot is 2-2. I almost didn't show this because of the last person. I was like, they ain't gonna remember about this. They're not even thinking about that. What we talked about. Let me just keep this.
Real talk, Bishop. I had forgotten that you did that.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all weren't gonna ever remember this again. I was like, right. I'm gonna just leave this one aside or do it again and then do it next week. Do the record. Then maybe I had some more wins. So I almost didn't do it, but I put it on there. But Tony came up with, he had 3-1 on his picks. Howard, you was 3-1 on yours. Elliot, you was 2-2, and I was 1-3. All right, so let's play who you got. Then we'll get into some segments this for next week, and we'll keep a running tab. And so these last 2-3 games, I'll probably see if I can come back. All right, who you got? Raiders, Brown.
Oh, I got the Raiders.
All right, hold on.
I got.
Go ahead.
What are they playing at?
Let me see.
They playing in Cleveland?
They are.
I don't care.
I got the Browns.
You got the Browns. You say. What you say, Tony?
I got the Browns.
It don't matter. Baker Mayfield, the quarterback.
All right, who you got, Tony?
I got the Raiders.
All right, Howard, you got the Browns. Who you got, Elliot?
I'm going with the Browns.
You going with who?
I'm going with the Browns.
Got to be more careful. I want to go with the Browns. Baker Mayfield is suspect to me. But I got to catch Tony. I'm going with the Browns. All right. All right, I got to catch Tony, so I got to go with the Browns. All right, these are all the hot
picks. Tony, I'm 3-1 too.
Oh, you right.
Tony ain't the only one with 3-1.
I'll get you on the
next but if he picked the Cowboys and they not the favorite, then you could just pick.
Yeah, you're right. All right, these are the games that I think are strong games. All right, who you got? Steelers, Titans.
Titans.
Give me Titans.
Tighten up.
I go on with my Steelers. I don't care what y'all say. All right, we got
going with the heart now. Yeah, I know.
Washington Eagles.
He going with the heart though.
There wasn't a lot of great games. Washington Eagles.
Give me the Eagles, man.
Hey, Siri,
I hope Jalen play.
Who you got, Elliott? Washington?
I'm going with Washington.
Totally, it's funny.
He had them last week too.
Hey, Siri,
Elliott had Washington last week too.
It's heads this time. I'm going with Washington.
Washington, I'm going with Washington too.
Man, they ain't got no quarterback.
I can fix this. They ain't got no who? All right, we got
Chiefs. No quarterback.
Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs.
Yeah, they might
upset Chargers at home.
Chiefs.
I'm going with the
upset
Chiefs.
Chargers. Go win it at home.
All right.
They ain't got that boy in the middle. They ain't got that big tackle. He's on COVID. He don't play in Thursday.
Packers, Ravens.
They need him.
That's the last one.
Packers.
Who?
Packers, Ravens.
Are you considering the Ravens?
Man.
I'm going Packers.
For me?
Yeah, I'm definitely going Packers.
I don't know if Lamar play. I don't know.
It's not a high ankle sprain. It's not a high ankle sprain. So he's day to day.
I know, but it's still a sprain, Tony. It's still a sprain, Tony.
No, he could have came back, but he could have came back, but they were down so much, and then Huntley brought him back, so the coach let him in the game. I think that 100% he's playing.
Upset of the week. Ravens beat the Packers.
Upset. Well,
so you might be trying to catch Howard this week.
Yeah, at least I won't be last next week. All right, I won't be last next week, baby boy. All right, y'all, we gotta go. Let's run through.
All I gotta do is win one game Thursday, because all y'all picked the who y'all picked? Kansas City. I picked the Chargers. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah,
watch what time it is.
That's
baby.
the game. That's the game for you. All right, we get into these segments. We got Howard Heroes, where he's gonna talk about the heroes of the week.
Man, oh man, listen. This game Sunday, wow. Anybody thought the Buffalo was gonna get blown out? Y'all know what time it was. They lost the game. He couldn't. I was at this game, proud to see Steph. He didn't break the record, and they lost. But I'm still a Warriors fan. Steph Curry. It's a good game, though. It's a great game. Great game. Great game. I was at this game. I was in D.C. almost. I was in Baltimore. I saw this massacre. I saw this. Did y'all see it? Cowboy Nation, stand up. Washington, get a name. Maybe y'all will win the game.
All right, we going to Elliott.
Wow, this was the biggest upset in MMA history, man. Juliana Pena shocks the world. He dethrones the champ in the second round, and she called it. She told everybody she was going to win this fight. She came out, she did it big. Big shout out to Big Pena wins the MMA battle.
Keep talking about it, man, because I don't know who these people are.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Payne is a beast.
He ain't changed.
Payne is a beast.
Did it change for you or no?
Amanda was supposed to win this fight, man. She probably one of the best pound for pound women MMA fighters, man. She did her thing. Hey, what happened to Baker Mayfield in this one? It was the defense. It was all about the Cleveland Browns defense to win this game. They put up 24 points in the first half, and they totally disappeared in the second half. They actually almost lost this one, but Baker Mayfield still did enough to win. That's his job. for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers still retains ownership of the Chicago Bears on 29 of 37, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns. What can you say? MVP.
All right, any discussion on what he just talked about here? Anything? Or even on how which we got to? Anybody that watched it? We talked about the watch. Look, man, that you think you you think you think Washington is dead now? I'm really asking you, Elliot.
Dead, man. They came back. What was the score? 27-20?
Yeah, but they lost.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding, man. They got beat that whole game, man.
Yeah, you don't get a win.
A W is a W, but
they're tied for the last playoff spot.
Yeah, they're still in the last playoff spot.
Yeah, they tied. They're not in there right now because of tiebreakers, but they're right there record-wise. They're tied. They're not dead at all.
No, not dead.
You say they're not dead. Why, Tony? Because they tied for the what spot?
They're tied for the 7th playoff spot. They have the same record right now. Atlanta's in the 7th spot, but there are 4 teams that are 6 and 7 in the NFC. So by no means,
yeah.
Along,
they're dead.
I can't hear you, Howard.
Yeah,
they're dead. You saw them Sunday, didn't you?
I can't hear
they're
you.
They're dead. They're gonna lose Sunday.
Hey man, hold on.
Let's not Eagles gonna beat them Sunday.
Hold on. Let's not forget, Howard, that they did this. The Cowboys played them close, and they're without their top 4 defensive ends. They're starting number 5 and number 6. Really?
I'm just telling you that they're dead.
Just finished talking about how Lawrence and all of them were so important, but you mean to tell me that Sweat and Young and even the new guys, being hurt don't mean anything?
Of course. I didn't say anything about that. So why you bring this up for? I don't know why you bring it up. I just said you asked a question. I said they're dead. I didn't do anything when you said they're not. Talk to me. I mean, come on, man.
Okay,
I don't be killing people though.
All right, that was good, man. That was good.
I just answered the question, Bishop. That's all.
You did good.
Tony be killing me, man.
All right, let's go to Tony's top 5. Since you say he be killing you, let's kill his top 5.
Can't kill this top 5 because it is the top 5. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had a problem. When I'm ranking my top 5, I have to be honest. I have to look at how they're playing over the last few weeks. And so just because Arizona lost, listen, it only brought up a question for me about Kyler Murray's height and his ability to handle the big, long, tall defenses. And that could present a problem. I noticed that the teams that he's lost to this year, they all have that problem. Well, the exception of the game they lost that he wasn't there. So I still have Arizona at number 5. They could very easily move back up with a good showing next week. Number 4, I got New England. Mm-hmm. It's hard to move them up because the quarterback won a game throwing 3 passes. I mean, what you gonna do? So they're playing better, so it's difficult to move them up. But I still have them because they do have the number 1 defense, number 16 defense in the league. Number 3, we're going with Kansas City. Did not realize they were still the number 3 offense in the league, and their defense is starting to play better. If it wasn't for something here or there, they could very easily be the number 1 team because they're just 1 loss separating them from the top 2. Number 2, I got to go with Tampa Bay. As much as I feel like they're doing it with smoke and mirrors, and they not only could have, but they very well should have lost that game on Sunday. If you watch it, I think that was a very, very bad decision, and I think it was a very bad mistake by Allen. They should have won that game, should not have gone to overtime. But you can't say anything. Brady threw it to a guy who happened to be wide open. Well, guess what? You had to stay upright in order to see a guy wide open and then make the play. And he did it, and it was a touchdown. So kudos to them. And then number 1, I don't know what to say about the Packers, man. I feel like Aaron Rodgers took week 1 off to prove a point. And ever since then, he's been the MVP, And so their defense is sliding a little bit, but he's saying, okay, I'll let y'all go ahead and have some bad weeks. These are going to be weeks that I pick it up. And so with their offense being what it is, I really can't see anybody right now being better than Packers. So those are my top 5.
All right, y'all. What y'all think about the top 5?
Hey, it was all right, man. The
I
Cowboys,
agree.
I think number
I agree.
7.
Cowboys ain't number 7. They're probably number 6 now, ain't they?
No, they were. So right now, the only reason why I didn't have them because if you look at, I think the Rams are number 6, and then the Cowboys are number 7,
Okay.
and then behind them is the Titans and the other guys. I probably could have justified the Cowboys being there, but I'm getting scared about their offense with their pieces. All the discussion we had about the offensive line, it seems like Dak a little hesitant or whatever. I'm still a little nervous about that to put them over there. I think the Rams are starting to come together, and I feel like OBJ is going to be a problem.
Now, what you think about the list? Think it was good?
I can agree with him. But I can tell you this, though, Tony. Chicago went into Green Bay. A few plays, they could have won that game. I was just saying that I wish they could have. They
could have made it closer.
They what?
They could have made it closer.
No, I think they could have won that game.
And the reason why I say that is because after the first stop, it seemed like Green Bay just did whatever they wanted to for the rest of the game.
I still think they gave them a very good. I think they I agree with you. Yeah, they might not have won it, but they still put up the points. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Though. No, Fields is doing bad. You take away that pick 6 that he threw, and it was because he looked at that guy the whole way, and you can't do that in the NFL. But when he starts to learn to look away and then throw it to that guy, oh, dude, Fields is all right, and he showed he can do it with his legs and his arm. I'm thinking once they get rid of Matt Nagy, they're gonna be all right.
He's gonna be a good quarterback now.
Yeah. Guys, we had a phenomenal show again, man. I tell you, we had one for the record books. Today we found out who's leading in the Who You Got segment. It's Howard and Tony, and then we got 2 people that's in last place. That's Elliot and I. So we got 2 people. So 2 people in last place. Elliot and I, we bringing up the rear. And then we got Tony and Howard tied.
It's funny, man.
So we'll
funny,
see what
man.
happens
all alone.
Next week. All alone. We'll see what happens next week on that. Man, last word. Look, man, if you don't know who Jesus is as your personal Savior, I tell you, get to know him for real and have a real relationship with him. It will change your life, guys. Once again, we thank you for being a part. We thank Pastor Ian, man, for Pastor Lyles for coming on. You did a great job, man. You did a great job. You came with some good information.
Thank you.
And so you did good. You did good. So look, we're gonna have this coming on. This next game, what's gonna be our spotlight game is gonna be that Packers Ravens. I think that's probably one of the best games of the week coming up. As far as really, it depends on how Lamar is doing, but we're going to spotlight that game on next week. So once again, guys, thank you for being a part. Thank you for watching Sports Talk Unfiltered. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Lock it there.